How would you feel about Spirit handing you a new opportunity related to material wealth, such as money, a new job, or an unexpected windfall? This is a wonderfully positive card, but it's up to you not to screw it up. Please join me in this video to learn how to interpret the Ace of Pentacles when it shows up in a reading. Hi everybody, I'm Sue Ellen Clayton. Welcome to my channel where we'll be learning the tarot deck one card at a time. Today's video is about the Ace of Pentacles. This video will begin with a short description of the card. Next, I'll briefly explain what this card means when it appears in a reading. Then we'll talk about what each element symbolizes and what the card means when it shows up in both the upright and reversed position in a reading. I'll share some examples from my life so you can relate to the card in a real-world situation. And stay tuned until the end, and I'll give you several questions to help you connect with the card. I will be using the Rider-Waite Tarot in this video. You'll find the link to the deck below, as well as to the many books that I've used in my research. So let's get started. In the Ace of Pentacles, we see a right hand holding a gold pentacle or coin. The hand is white, with a white aura, and is coming out of a cloud. The coin is engraved with the symbol of a pentagram. The sky is light blue. At the bottom of the card, we see a beautiful garden with white lilies in the foreground. There are 6 lilies on the left side of the card and 1 on the right side. They are surrounded by grass. Behind the lilies, we see a lovely hedge made of lush greenery and red roses that form an arch towards the right side of the card. There is a wide yellow path going toward the archway. Behind the archway, we see blue mountains in the distance. When this card appears in a reading, it means that you are being presented with new opportunities related to material wealth, such as money, investments, your career, an inheritance, or a business. The new opportunities can also be related to your physical body, health, your senses, or feeling safe and grounded in the world. It can mean that you are planting the seeds necessary to enjoy a future of abundance, prosperity, and good fortune. To get these benefits, you must be willing to wait patiently for these seeds to bear fruit. The Ace of Pentacles can signify that you need to take good care of your body so that you will experience good health, that you are developing new skills that will benefit you in the future, and finally, it could mean that money is coming into your life. Let's talk about the symbolism in this card. The largest image on the card is a right hand holding a gold pentacle or coin. Pentacle cards are related to health, wealth, career, and manifestation. Gold is a precious metal, and because it shines like the sun, denotes that it is a happy gift. Coins also represent gratitude and wealth. The pentacle in this card represents a gift from Spirit. The hand is white with a white-colored aura. It is not flesh-colored, which further denotes that the pentacle is a gift from Spirit. The coin is being presented with the right hand, which is the hand of giving. The hand is coming out of a cloud, which represents what is hidden. So we don't know what the rest of the spirit looks like or why they are giving you this gift. I'd like to give a shout out to Liz Dean and her book, The Ultimate Guide to Tarot. She mentioned something that I had never noticed, and that is that the Ace of Pentacles is the only pentacle card to show a coin with a double border. She believes that this is to emphasize its value. The coin is engraved with the symbol of a pentagram. Pentagrams are an ancient symbol for the 4 elements plus the quintessence, which is the element of spirit. The pentagram looks like a human body with the head on top, arms outward, and legs towards the ground. The pentagram can also represent the body's 5 senses. The sky is light blue, which shows clarity. At the bottom of the card, we see a beautiful garden with white lilies. Here's what Pam Richards says about the lilies in her book, Understanding Tarot. Quote, "The white lilies are flowers often associated with death and rebirth, representing purity and the restoration of innocence after death. They grow strong in the garden with 6 stems on the left of the path, the number of beauty and harmony, hope, feelings, and emotions. Being on the mentally active left of the card, they show the mind sparked with creative ideas and intention. The single stem on the right side shows hopes and positive emotions, forming with the new potential realized. White lilies were often used in weddings during the time this deck was created, symbolizing a time to renew life, a new start, and here to put down roots and make something of life in the real world." Unquote. There is a wide yellow path going toward the archway. Yellow, which is the color of the sun, is the color of clarity and protection. This path doesn't contain any rocks, so the path is clear. We see a lovely hedge made of lush greenery and red roses that form an arch toward the right side of the card. In tarot, arches represent new beginnings and stepping towards a new phase of life on the other side. Behind the archway, we see mountains in the distance. In tarot, mountains represent struggles. So it seems that once you leave the safety of this beautiful garden, you are hit with the reality and the struggles of the real world. The lush greenery represents growth and health. The red roses symbolize love and happiness. This is clearly the garden of someone wealthy. It demonstrates prosperity, opportunities, and new beginnings. This is not a garden that was thrown together in a season. It would have taken years to grow, plus a lot of skill to create the hedge and the archway. When this card appears in an upright position, it means that you are experiencing new opportunities in the areas of the material world. Although the suit of pentacles is generally considered to be related to money, career, or business, these opportunities can be related to your health, your senses, or your sense of safety in the world. It can mean that you are able to manifest things, which means that you can take things that are ideas and make them real. For instance, you just graduated from school and don't have a lot of money, so you're sharing an apartment with 5 roommates and you desperately want a space of your own. And then your boss mentions that her sister is moving to Europe for a year and is looking for someone to move into her house where you can live free of charge as long as you're willing to take care of her cat. So you've taken your goal to live alone and manifested a way to make it happen. The upright Ace of Pentacles can mean that you can make good financial decisions that will put you on the road to abundance, prosperity, and good fortune. For instance, rather than spending all of your extra income on vacations or designer shoes, you choose to put money into a retirement fund every time you get paid. It can mean that you make decisions that are good for your body. So you wear your seatbelt and sunscreen, you exercise, eat healthy foods, floss your teeth, and get enough sleep. It can mean that you need to develop new skills that will benefit you in the future. This doesn't mean that you have to go back to university and get a PhD. It might mean that you take a class, course, or certification that would benefit you. For instance, recently I went onto YouTube and watched a couple of videos about how to organize files on my computer so that I could find things more easily. It took about 20 minutes and has really improved my productivity. In the upright position, the Ace of Pentacles can mean that money is coming into your life. It might be through a new job or a promotion, inheritance, a tax refund, a bonus at work, or winnings at a casino. It can mean that it is time to be realistic, practical, and grounded. It's wonderful to have lots of ideas. However, you must be willing to put in the hard work to make things happen. Don't rely on shortcuts or get-rich-quick schemes. It can mean that it's time to take the long view. To use a gardening analogy, you don't just plant the seeds and expect to have a beautiful garden the next week. You water the seeds and fertilize them. You weed them. You cover the ground with blankets if there's an unexpected frost. You wait patiently. In people terms, this means that you're willing to invest in yourself and your education, as well as wait patiently for things such as a promotion at work. The upright Ace of Pentacles can indicate that you will have a positive outcome. You just need to be patient. Finally, this is your opportunity to create a life that is stable and secure. For instance, instead of partying with your buddies all weekend, you put your effort into building your career or decorating your apartment. Here's an example of the upright Ace of Pentacles from my life, and this is about learning things that will benefit my understanding of tarot. Since you're watching my videos, you probably figured out that learning tarot is hugely complex. There are many aspects of tarot that I haven't covered in these videos because I find them confusing or overwhelming. One of these subjects is each card's relationship to astrology. The Ace of Pentacles, for instance, is related to the astrological sign Virgo. I have to admit that I have always found astrology to be really confusing. I know my sign and I understand the solstice and the equinox. I've heard of Mercury in retrograde because people use that as an excuse for technology not to work. And that's basically my understanding of astrology. Terms like ascendant, descendant, or fixed sign mean nothing to me. Anyway, recently I signed up for a 7-week course on astrology because I wanted to have a basic understanding about how astrology and tarot are related, because I thought it would make me a better tarot reader. And I still think it will. However, I just completed week 1 and I feel like I've gone from ignorant to confused to overwhelmed. Learning a bit about astrology is a great example about starting a journey where I'm developing new skills that will benefit me in the future. I have to remind myself that my feeling of ignorance is the same way I felt when I started studying tarot, and it will get better. I am going to finish the course, but at this moment I can't imagine that I'll be starting another YouTube channel called Learn Astrology with Sue. When the Ace of Pentacles appears in a reverse position, it means that you will lose your wealth and security. This may be due to lack of planning, poor choices, procrastination, laziness, or losses that you cannot control. Look at this image and you can see that your money literally falls out of your hand. It can signify delays and setbacks related to material wealth or health issues. It can represent the opposite of material gifts. That might be greed, wastefulness, or focusing only on money. It can also represent corruption. The Ace of Pentacles reversed can signify missed opportunities. This might be due to issues of timing, or that you chose to decline an opportunity that would have paid off handsomely. It can mean that it's time to loosen your grip and relax control. Or there is still an opportunity available, but it is very different than what you expected it to be. So it's important to stay open to new opportunities. When the Ace of Pentacles is reversed, the divine hand is at the bottom of the card and the earthly realm is at the top. This means that you've chosen the material world over the spiritual world. It's time to fix your priorities and focus on the spiritual realm. Here's an example of the reversed Ace of Pentacles from my life, and it's related to the United States Supreme Court and choosing material gain over justice. This is specifically about Supreme Court Justice Clarence Thomas, who received lavish gifts from wealthy conservatives that included premium suites at sporting events and luxury vacations that involved yachts and private jets. These gifts were never reported, nor did he recuse himself from hearing cases brought to the Supreme Court by these wealthy benefactors. Earlier this month, on February 1st, 2024, the Senate Finance Committee issued a report on their investigation about handouts that Justice Clarence Thomas had received over the years and not disclosed. This included a $250,000 loan that was forgiven by a wealthy benefactor so that he could purchase an RV. I'm going to link to a couple of articles below, as well as to a YouTube video about Supreme Court ethics that was aired on the TV show Last Week Tonight on February 22nd, 2024. The gist is that the Supreme Court self-regulates, and Justice Thomas, in addition to some of the other justices, is a great example of the Ace of Pentacles reversed, as he is accused of greed, corruption, and choosing material wealth over truth and integrity. Here are some questions to help you connect with the Ace of Pentacles. Number 1. Where in your life are you planting seeds that will benefit you in the future? In what areas could you be doing a better job? Number 2. Are you patient? Where in your life could you benefit from more patience? Number 3. Are you taking care of your health? Number 4, have you ever missed out on an opportunity to increase your wealth because you procrastinated or planned poorly? Number 5, what could you learn that will help you become more skilled in your career or other areas of your life? And finally, number 6, are there areas in your life where you're putting material wealth over spiritual growth? I hope this helped you connect with the Ace of Pentacles. Please join me for the next video, which is the Two of Pentacles.